What's up, guys? LQ here with the LQ review and good news. I love bringing good news, right? Good news. Stranger Things season 4 was renewed today. And, for a while there, I had some doubt. I really had some doubt for a little bit there because you look at the history of Netflix and their series, 3 seasons is it. 3 seasons and they're done. You look at Daredevil, 3 seasons. Jessica Jones, 3 seasons. You look at things like Santa Clara Diet, 3 seasons. I mean, there's so many Netflix shows that are great that could go on longer, but they hit that 3 season mark, and for whatever reason, this is it. So I was actually nervous that we weren't going to get a 4th season of Stranger Things, even though they kind of ended it on a cliffhanger. We don't know who the American is. We know that Russia's still doing evil, dastardly things. So we know there's a cliffhanger. We know there's more story to tell. But I was concerned because we hadn't heard anything. Stranger Things, season 3 aired all the way back in July. So that's July, August, September. So we're talking 3 months and we hadn't heard a thing. Was season 4 greenlit or not? I was getting concerned. But thankfully, here we are. Season 4 has been greenlit. It will be filming, and they say that they're going to take it out of Hawkins. I think that's the natural progression. First of all, you got Will and Eleven. They're out of Hawkins now. The Russians are operating in Russia, assuming that the American at the end is Hopper. Hopper is in Russia. So you got a lot of stuff for the first time that's happening outside of Hawkins. So, like I said, natural progression to leave Hawkins. Some of the things I expect to see happen in this series, excuse me, I'm still battling a bit of a chest cold. But in this season, I expect, number one, I really expect Hopper is still alive. I think he's the American, and I think that I'm kind of guessing that when the machine exploded at the end, and it looks like people got dusted, it hit them and they dusted. My guess is that they got transported. I really feel like they got transported. And maybe that's a little too sci-fi-y for this show, but come on. Is anything too sci-fi-y for Stranger Things? Okay, so let's assume they didn't get transported. And here's my reason for thinking they got transported. Number one, I believe the American is Hopper. And number two, there are Russians that they are feeding to the Demogorgon. Why would they feed Russians to the Demogorgon? Well, maybe they were Russians that failed. Maybe they were Russians who were in Hawkins under the Starlight Mall and they failed. And now they're being held accountable for that failure by being fed to the Demogorgons. So yeah, I feel like teleportation. I feel like teleportation is a real possibility here. But what if it's not teleportation? What if teleportation is too sci-fi? Well, it's entirely possible that he ducked through a door. He found an opening. He found maybe a shaft or something, an air duct or something that he jumped into. And the Russians being killed and fed to the Demogorgon are still Russians from that facility, just Russians that happened to survive and were rounded up. And that Hopper was captured during the escape. I think that's possible too. But I do believe that it is Hopper. And I do believe that the Russians who are being killed were Russians who were in Hawkins and now they're being viewed as failures. I do believe Eleven's going to get her powers back, but I don't believe it's going to be fast. I think we're going to probably go through a lot of this season, and I could be wrong on this. I probably am, but I feel like we're going to go through a lot of the season without Eleven having her powers. And I feel like it's going to be a natural progression, something that's going to happen as she needs them. And I think that as the threat rises, her power level is going to rise. Again, could be wrong, probably am. Just kind of the way I see it happening. Yeah, I expect the boys to all get back together. That was, excuse me, that was one of the weaknesses I thought of season 3, was that the boys didn't spend nearly enough time together. They all went off in their own separate adventures. Some of them were paired up, some of them were in groups, yada, 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 but they very rarely were they all together. And that's where I think Stranger Things shines, is when this group of kids is together. And they were separated from most of season 3. Don't get me wrong. Season 3 is probably my favorite season. I don't know. Season 1's really good. But I loved season 3 so much. So, but that being said, I feel like that was one of the weaknesses of season 3. The kids weren't together. I want to see them together. They are best when they are playing off of each other. So I want to see more of that. I want to see Hopper return, and I want to see Hopper and Joyce finally get together, right? This has been a romance that has been played out over 3 seasons now, assuming that we're going to go into season 4, and this romance is going to continue. This series is every bit Joyce and Hopper series as it is the kids series. They are every bit as main of characters as the kids are. And I feel like this is something that we deserve as fans, is to see Joyce and Hopper fulfill this promise of this great love story set in the worst city in America. But yeah, guys, overall, I'm super excited about Stranger Things 4. I do theorize that it's gonna be at Christmas of 2020. That's my theory. That's when I think we're gonna get it. That's when I think it's gonna drop. And I think it's gonna be Christmas themed. I think that it's gonna take place during Christmas. All right. So Stranger Things 2 was Halloween themed, dropped at Halloween, took place during Halloween. Stranger Things 3, 4th of July themed, dropped during the 4th of July. Took place during the 4th of July. I feel like this one's going to be Christmas. And they even said that we're all going to get together at Christmas time. So I think that Stranger Things 4 is going to come out at Christmas. It's going to be set during Christmas. And boy, won't that just be a great setting for a movie like this, or for a series like this, you know, hearkening back to like Gremlins, right? Just, I think there's lots of opportunity for Christmas themed Stranger Things. So, but yeah, guys, I'm super excited. Stranger Things is one of my favorite shows. Can't wait to see how season 4 turns out. I know we still have a long time to wait, but it's coming and it's official now. So what do you think about this news? Are you excited about Stranger Things Part 4? Let me know in the comments down below. Thank you so much for being here at the LQ Review. Make sure you subscribe to my channel, and I appreciate you joining us, where we get to talk about all of the geeky, nerdy stuff. All the geeky, nerdy stuff that we love to talk about. And until next time, we'll see you later.
Every single day